Right, so I've just come over to my favourite place, so I'm going to have a go, only for a couple of hours. It's about 1:30 high tide today, and it's only about an 8 metre, just over 8 metres today. So this is Sunday, so it's the tail end of Storm Bertie. There's not much about. I don't think it really hit us like it was supposed to. So I'm going to get out, go and give it a go, see if I can fish a mark that I used to fish 20 years ago on these smaller tides over high water, if I can find it. Yeah, because there's only a little bit of a platform there just for one, maybe two people. But I'll see if I can go and find it again, and then yeah, come back to you in a minute when we're all set up over there. So right, got the first rod out. I think with this small tide it's only going to barely reach the bottom of the rocks, but it might come up a little bit, but we'll see how we go. So yeah, I've got the first one out. That's got a little bit of worm and squid on. I'm going to set the next rod up, and I'm just going to go anchovy and squid on that one. So yeah, I'll get this one set up and then I'll bring you back. I thought I'd just quickly get the first one out because we've only got a couple of hours to high water. Right, so here we are. We're all set up. On my, like I said earlier, on my left-hand rod, I've got worm and a bit of squid. On my right-hand rod, I've got the anchovy and sand eel. So, like I said, they're both first cast. They're both out there. I should have probably stuck with my first choice today. I was going to go out in the boat, because the weather forecast, although we got this storm, was dropping right off, and it has done. It's pretty flat out there, really. Bit of a swell. There's quite a lot of weed, so that might have been a bit of a nuisance in the boat. The weed just grabs down the line and takes it down. But, yeah, perhaps I should have went out in the boat, but who knows. We'll give it a good go here. Like I say, 2-3 hours, and hopefully we get something. So we're quite high up here. If lucky enough to get a fish early stage, I should just beach it down there and then climb down over. And if we get one a bit later, we've then got to just bounce him on the rocks somewhere safe for me to then go back down and grab it. But we've obviously got to get a bite and we've got to get a fish first. So on both the rods today, I'm using 3-foot pulleys. They've both got 80-pound backbone and 80-pound hook lengths, and I think I've found on my left-hand rod with the worm is only a 6 ounce, and I've got a 7 ounce on this one. It is holding fine, so I might just beef that up to a 7 ounce, just to finger cast a bit better as well. So yeah, see what happens. On the next cast I'll probably just put a 7 ounce on. But everything's quiet at the moment, no movement. Right, time for a bait change on the worm one. That's been out there about 15 minutes and the worm's gone, so I'll have to just do that a 10-minute cast on the worm one. I haven't got much worm, I've only got enough for about 3 or 4 casts. But, yeah, then we just go over to big squid baits on this rod. So that's just me worm bait, just 3 worms, tab a squid on the bottom just to stop the worm coming back off, and just a flaky bit. Nothing elastic on, just all there free flowing. That's what we used to use back in the day for the cod. Only small baits like that. So hopefully it'll bring something in. So I have put a 7-ounce lead on this one now, and I'll just put this one out there. There's a little bit of movement on the right hand rod. I think it's only weed. There's a lot of weed out there now. The wind's picking up a bit as well when I've just been up the top to cast. So I just go have a look at this right hand rod, but like I said, I think it's just weed. But that's been out there for about 20 minutes now anyway, so we'll check it and then change it. Crossed over lines, yeah, just a bit of weed. Can't see with my eyesight. I think I've got it in the right side one. That's it, got it sorted. Just had a couple of pull downs on the left with a worm bait, but again, I think it's just weed. But that's been out there about 10 minutes or so. So I will we'll just wind that one in. Just a load of weed as expected, but you can see that, not much worm, so it's just the right time to bring it in really. So what I'm going to do now on this one, it's only about 20 minutes till top of the tide, so I'm going to drop it in close. Tide runs stop now. There's a load of weed in close as well. I'm just going to drop it towards the edge of the rocks where it goes just onto the beach. Hopefully that's just on the edge there. If not, I just might lose the gear, that's all. But it's worth trying something a bit different. Like I say, no touches out there, it's just all weed. There's a lot of weed. Just had a bit of a knock on the left hand rod then with the worm. Just gone high water now. I'm going to chuck another squid bait out on this one, just a plain squid bait. See what happens with that one, and we'll only give it another sort of 20 minutes. I'm not going to go up on the bank to cast, I'm just going to cast from here, I'm not going to go that far. Did I just hit that one with this rod then, or was it still not? I think it's knocking. I think I can have a look at that one. Right, fingers crossed. My reel's come loose on the rod, and I think it might be a ray. I think I've seen. Yeah, there's a ray out there coming up on the surface. It's only a little one. As I said, There's your little one. As in tiny little. Probably only about a pound and a half. But that was on the lugworm and squid bait. Well, a squid head. Yeah. Saves the blank. I'm going to get a squid bait out on this one as well now in a minute. So as I said, tiny little one, but it does save a blank, so I get him back in now. The actual circle hook was just in the side of the mouth, so that was good. But yeah, that was on worm and squid, but there's a little bit of worm left on there. I've put some more squid on it and just chucked it back out. But yeah, we're going to be here for another 20 minutes and I'll come back to you before I go, hopefully with another fish. Looks like I might have a start of a pull down on the right hand rod now. I'm trying to look down the line to see if there's any weed. I can't see nothing, so just see what happens for a second. It is more than likely weed, to be honest. We just keep an eye on it. It's gone a bit slack now, that one, but I still think it's weed. I'm going to pull it in now because it's nearly 2 o'clock, so I'm going to pull it in and pack that one up and then just leave the other one out for another sort of 10 minutes or so. Nothing on there, but I can see a bit of weed. Right, that's the end of it. So it's just gone 2 now, about 2:15. Hour after, well, about just under an hour after the tide. So yeah, I'm going to get on back now. Tide's dropping back away from the bottom of the rock. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.